Hello, I'm Jashykins, and welcome to another little vlog review, this time of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, The Writing on the Wall. Ward has this new role this season, the role of the loose cannon. At first, in the beginning of this episode, you're thinking he's going to go back to Hydra because he's just dismissing any and all S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. But then at the end, he's like, yeah, I don't like you fuckers. I told you you'd have a face-to-face with Coulson. What I didn't tell you was that it was going to be by you being captured by him. So, Ward isn't S.H.I.E.L.D. or Hydra. He's just, doing his own thing. And I sort of see a reason behind that because he was used by Hydra to infiltrate S.H.I.E.L.D. So both sides have bad memories for him. Both sides are like, no, I'm trying to find, myself, or at least come to sort of conclusion of whose side I am on, if I'm on any. So I really respect him for doing that, and from a story point of view, it's like really interesting because you do not know which way he'll go. You don't know if, hey, he's been, helping out Coulson, in this episode he never harmed one of their agents. But at the same time, Ward wasn't like, yeah, I'm one of you. And he still does seem to feel for Skye because when he calls, it's for Skye. So maybe he'll find himself, centers chi, whatever, and actually become a good man for Skye. Because I think part of Skye still loves him, but, that's overridden by the fact that she knows he's lied to her. He's killed, good people, so she's not going to run up into his arms. But Joss Whedon has done redemption arcs, and it's nice to see a villain get redeemed. But on the same time, for Ward specifically, he and like many people have agreed that he only became really interesting once it's found out he's working for Hydra. So him having a nice redeeming arc would be nice and all, but I'm really worried that we'd get another boring and bland character, so let's let this Ward loose cannon go as long as possible. And this week we finally got to find out what the symbols meant. And mind you, the last episode was 2 weeks ago. So it's like we're trying to wait, and we got the answer. And it turns out that it's a map to a city. And some comic book nerds on IMDb have tried to figure it out. And they figured that with the Inhumans being released, the movie for the MCU being released, I think in like 2 or 3 years. I should have checked and wrote this down, but if you want to tell the correct year, just, go in the comment section and tell me. But it turns out that I guess the Inhumans have this one city, and so it might be the Inhumans. The Inhumans, it seems, are basically these people who have been genetically modified, engineered by the Kree. I guess that's the aliens' genes that Coulson and Skye have in their blood now. So it might be a city. That might be the city, but we'll find out later. And I can't wait. I think it is a good bit of storytelling when you throw your readers or viewers or listeners or whatever, answers to questions, such as we've been wondering for a while now what the symbols meant. And we got an answer, we got a nice big answer, but that just led to more questions. So that's so good because you satisfy your fans with saying, yeah, this is this and that is that, but at the same time going, now what about this new problem that these face? And okay, I'm sort of, this is, I guess it's a little fangirly thing, but come on, I run a blog. If you're not expecting me to go fangirly every now and again. Anyways, Fitz and Mac, I ship them, and it's sort of helped by the fact that, back a few episodes ago where Fitz is talking to the hallucination of Simmons, who is like, yeah, that Mac guy looks really hot, and he turns to her going, that's disturbing because you're my subconscious. And they continue to work so well together. I'm like, yeah, at least Fitz has the hots for Mac, I think, signaled by the Simmons hallucination. And Mac really does help, and they do have a nice little repertoire, and he's sort of replaced Simmons just because Mac's able to now interact with this new Fitz. I'm hoping that'll change because I love Fitz and Simmons, but Fitz and Mac, they talk this episode about memories being erased, and Fitz, who has had some really bad brain damage, goes, memories are never erased, connections are lost, but they're never gone. So that does explain why the memories can come back, because those connections are not lost. The villain of this episode, not counting Ward, at the end of last episode you saw the tattoos, that guy, he was like, yeah, the pain is what starts to connect things for him. For some really messed up reason. Yeah. Go Mac and Fitz. Josh Whedon has done LGBTQ plus characters before, so him making Fitz and Mac a couple canonically is not out of the question. But yeah, he's done good stuff. Willow and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Okay, I think she dated Oz, and she likes women more than men. There comes a point like Tara, then after that she's all about the ladies. So, he can do that. So there's hope. And my final thoughts of the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode, The Writing on the Wall. I like it. I liked getting answers finally. I just hate when I've praised this before, but I just hate when it's like, hey, here's some answers. Now take a look at these new questions. And it's like, then I have to wait a week. Yeah. I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. If you go to my blog, you can see vlog reviews like these. And of course, I've kept on advertising. The Doctor Who Season 8 review will be the Jash Talks review. There's going to be a written review I do also. But the Jash Talks episode will be me and my co-host and 2 guests, and we'll be drunk. Thursday or Friday, I'm going to, go about actually getting the booze. And that'll be Saturday, probably around 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time of when it'll actually be shot. So if you want to go to my other channel of Jash Talks and watch it, please do. Gather around and watch idiots talk drunkenly about a really, really crazy show, because I wanted to test out how drunk podcasts would go, and Doctor Who's like, that's the show you tested on. I love the show, but there's so much weird shit. It's like, yeah. And if you go on my blog. Also on the sidebar thingy, you can see where else I am on the web and say hi. And if you're watching this on YouTube, down in the description is a link to donate your account. And if you donate your Twitter and or Facebook accounts to my campaign, thank you very much. And I really hope I can see you all on Saturday. And until next video.